Hey, you're listening to Witchy Spiritual Stuff with your host, me, Elementally. And today, we're going to be talking about how to make a witchy bedroom fit for a 21st century coven. If you appreciate witches as much as I do, you might want to create your very own witchy bedroom. Right now, the ideal moment to embrace the witch aesthetic decor. I'm not talking about Maleficent, Sabrina Spellman, and Harry Potter's Death Eaters designs. Maybe yes to Lord Voldemort's evil witches, but I have a lot of trouble saying no to Harry Potter. But let's get comfortable and talk about how to make your bedroom feel magical and, of course, fit that modern concave. Let's give your bedroom a witch makeover and make it Instagram worthy. First and foremost, you need to clean your room. The very, very, very first thing you should do before giving your bedroom a witch makeover is to clean it. If you have a cluttered room, clear it up. Make sure your room is just clear and simple as possible. The more space you have in your room after cleaning, the better. Our goal is to start fresh with a blank canvas and transforming your room. Clear your desk and gather all of your belongings first. I'm not suggesting you toss anything away. Just set it aside first. Then you're going to strip your bed. Just get rid of your linens and bed sheets. We're going to clean all this up with this new bedding. Now that you've got an empty room, it's time to be creative. So let's get started by designing the witch's bed. Okay, witches do sleep. They're not vampires. And they need a comfortable bed to sleep in. So here are some of my favorite ideas for the witch bed. You can always start with a plain black bed, and it'll serve as a contrast to whatever's placed on it. If you do like a witchcraft book or whatever, that sort of thing. And it also gives you the spotlight when you're lying in bed. Black, of course, is ideal for witches. It's going to give you that dark and gothic vibe that your bedroom really requires. Pillowcases and bed sheets with prints are also a really good way to go. A printed bed could also add to the significance of a witch's bedroom. The print should have meaning and value about witchcraft culture. Here are some print options for you to consider. Moon prints. It's no secret that witches adore the moon. Learning how to tap into the power of each moon phase can help increase their power and abilities to create incredible spells. The image of the moon will always be there on bedding, so the witch in you will be more conscious of the moon's cycles. Old school floral patterns. No, not the bright ones. I'm talking about those darker, old school and classic floral patterns for your bed. Flowers are a product of the earth, and they provide power to witches. Flowers are associated with a variety of meanings, and the majority of them can be used for cooking, healing, and even casting spells. And of course, there are always Gothic print beddings. Gothic bedding is rich in imagery, particularly the crucial balance of all living species, life and death. For your witch bedroom makeover, Gothic beddings are always a good choice. It's always going to be a focal point for a witchy vibe. You also want to include some items that you use in witchcraft, and this is really the most exciting part. Spreading and arranging your witchcraft things throughout your space. Well, everything we're doing for our witch bedroom is exciting, but this part is where we start to really design the focal point of the bedroom and give it the best appearance of that sort of witch's lair. A crystal ball is always a really great idea. It's a must-have item for any certified witch's bedroom. I strongly advise you to get a really cool electric crystal ball and place it on top of your desk or table so it's immediately visible. But you should also know that if you get a big glass crystal ball, you need to be careful and make sure that you don't put it in the sunlight. It can start a fire and burn down your house. Skull decorations are another option to integrate the witch vibe into your bedroom. You can decorate your walls with 3D printed skull decor. You can have at least one painting with a skull design. Those skull designs with flowers are commonly used for tattoos. That would look really cool. Having skull-shaped decorations and skull-shaped jewelry holders, but remember, don't overdo it with the skulls. That gets a little excessive. I'm starting to not be able to say the word skull right now. Apothecary vases and antique themes. Potions are one of the many specialties of witches. Try to look for vases that resemble potion bottles, such as those seen in an ancient apothecary. To make it look more witchy, place purple flowers in the vases. Small red or blue roses might also be used. At least 3 of them should be spread throughout your bedroom. Witches' familiars. Witches were thought to have familiars, which are creatures like black cats, toads, and bats that serve as a link to the magical world. In your bedroom, you have to have a little familiar. It's impossible to sleep with a live bat in your bedroom, and it might be difficult to get your hands on a live toad, but you could have a little stuffed toy in your bedroom, and that could be your little witch's familiar. But of course, nothing beats a live black cat, which some of you already have, right? For the lighting, you want to set up the ideal lighting for your witch bedroom. Once you've completed all of these things, that's when you're going to move on to the lighting. Your candles should be the first on the list for lighting. I'm talking tons of candles, and you know why. Candles are a must-have in a witch's bedroom. It's the most important necessity. Gothic lanterns and classic lamps. Certain lightings for witches have traditionally been associated with lamps and lanterns, and these lighting sources are ideal for creating the perfect light with a traditional witchy vibe. Fairy lights. Look, fairy lights are one of the most modern aesthetic lights anyway, so you can totally use them in your witch bedroom, and they just add a little twinkle and spark. Are witch bedrooms cool? Of course they are. There's still many things you can do other than the things we've talked about today to make your bedroom more witchy, but hopefully these few objects and decorations that I mentioned help you to sort of get yours started. Good luck!